Good day, journeymen, adepts, and apprentices. This is Master bringing you League of Legends Shoutcast for your viewing pleasure. Today, the ranked servers are actually down, so I have no clue what the skill of this game will be. Perhaps it's going to be trash. Perhaps it's going to be the highest level game we've ever imagined. But something tells me it won't be. Anyways, let's get right underway with the champion picks. For the blue team, we are going to have a top lane Yasuo. Jungle is going to be a Boom Boom. Mid lane will be Orianna. It's going to be a Morgana supporting the Corki in the bot lane. For the red team, Sion is going to be top lane. Jungle will be... No, top lane's going to be Darius. Jungle is going to be Sion. Mid lane will be Victor. Jinx is going to be the ADC. And the support will be Soraka. And all around, pretty normal picks. Top lane Yasuo is a little weird. He doesn't do that well early against tankier matchups and those kind of strong duelists, but it looks like he did kill the Darius, although the Darius could get the revenge kill in that situation, so I almost want to say better for Darius, but it's like Yasuo got to the farm a lot faster, that's for sure. Because he had teleport, Darius ignite, but Darius didn't even use ignite in the trade. Mumu was also there, so perhaps a 1v2 where Darius was able to clean up a kill as well, so that's definitely good for him. I mean, in a 1v2 when you're getting janked by a jungle, I'm going to move away from here because that sounds probably really annoying while I readjust these. In a 1v2, it can be difficult to pick up a kill for yourself, but there are some champs that excel at it. One of those would be Rumble. Darius is pretty good. Just anyone with a lot of AoE damage. Rumble, Darius, who else is good at turning around ganks? I don't know. I don't play the top lane that much, and mostly top laners are good at that. But, I mean, Rumble is one of the big ones. I mean, if he gets just a little bit ahead, it's incredibly dangerous to gank him because he just throws down that ultimate, turns on the Flame Spitter, and it's just an amazing amount of AoE damage. And it can turn a 2v1 into a double kill for Rumble real fast. Well, let's unpause the game and get where we're getting it. Once again, it is 1-1. Both top laners have a kill on each other. Amumu's got the assist, so that's going to help him out a little bit in the jungle. But there is a jungle Sion that he's against. I would like to see the Sion do a little bit of ganking. I haven't been playing League too much in the last couple of weeks, so I actually haven't seen that much of the new Sion. I do have a fairly good grasp on what he can do and what he should do, but in terms of decent people playing him, I don't have the greatest amount of experience watching that yet, or doing it myself. I've only played him, I think, once so far, and it wasn't the greatest of showings of Sion, that's for sure. Although whether you think the new Sion is good or trash, I mean, still up for debate, but hopefully we'll get some hits towards that in this game. The new Victorious Morgana skin is also out. It looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. I don't know if I wish there was another champion they do. I kind of almost do, but I mean, Morgana's came out big this season, that's for sure, so it's no surprise they did her. It looks like an engage going on bot lane. The exhaust dropped on the Corki, and he would have gotten that kill without it, but he will end up getting an assist as Morgana picks that one up with her ignite and auto attack. And that's going to be a win for the bot lane of blue team. Looks like the gank coming in mid lane. A nice Spanish sauce going to connect there. And it's going to force out the Victor flash. So definitely a win from Mumu there. Looks like the Darius is trying to play this game here, but it's not the easiest to fight against Yasuo's Darius because his Q does have pretty good range. If he does try to hit you with it, he should be within apprehend range. So he's got that going for him. But Yasuo's got decent harass as well with his abilities. However, Yasuo does in fact need to get into melee range to fully commit to a kill. And when you're within melee range of Darius, you're going to be taking a lot of damage. So Darius should still be able to bully his way in this lane. And I would say he gets a bigger 1v1 power spike when he hits level 6. Looks like Sion, a bit of a gank mid lane, not going to force anything out, but going to scare Yora on the back and do some damage. If you're a jungler and you can trade some of your life for the laner's life, that's definitely worth it, because especially with the jungle items, like even Quilco, if you've got the Spirit Stone, I almost forgot the name to it, that would have been embarrassing. If you've got one of those, you can go regen in the jungle. Whereas the laner, they need to sit against someone else with now less HP than they had before. It's like losing a trade, which is worse for a laner than it is for a jungler. It looks like Jinx actually hit by that snare. Not going to do too much more, just a little bit of damage. She does have a Soraka, so the heals will be coming in that lane. And it looks like we are going to have Yasuo actually take a little bit of a ballsy dive. Darius not going to slow it all down right there. The Orianna coming out for the all-in. One more auto attack will pick it up. And unfortunately, the Victor underestimating the amount of burst that this Orianna had and did end up paying with his life. I mean, you got to be really careful when Orianna hits level 6. She might be a utility caster, but that doesn't mean she still doesn't pack a huge punch. She just knocked down a third of Victor's health before he really could do anything. She knew he didn't have flash, so just able to go. It looks like Yasuo going to get all in and dunked by the Darius. Boom. Taking that one out here in the bot lane. We're going to have a lot of damage going on this Jinx, but she will end up surviving anyways, which is great for them. Giving up another kill would have been not good in this lane at all. Looks like Corki's going to be rushing in. Age-old, tired, and true Trinity Force. Great pickup on him. And Jinx probably just going for an Infinity Edge, of course. With that kill on Orianna, I do expect she's going to have some lane dominance right now. Victor is more of a lane-centric AP carry. His team fighting is not that great because his stun is unreliable and his ultimate is okay. It's got a decent amount of damage, and I don't know if it still has a silence attached to it. I want to say it does. I know that they just kind of redid his kit. I'm just going to go check that out. Interrupting enemy channel, so it no longer has the 0.5 second silence. It's just an interrupting channel thing. Looks like Silence going to take the blue buff from his mid laner. And yeah, so I wouldn't really call Victor a team fight AP carry. He's more of a laning or pick off AP carry. Although he does have some good AoE, as he's showing right now, doing a lot of damage to the Amumu. Shouldn't be able to pick up that kill. But the snare going to land on Jinx, and will she end up going down? No, hanging on by just a few HP. She's going to probably have to go back soon. I mean, Corki gonna hit level 6 soon. Does not want to be there for that. And the flash snare, that's a ballsy move from Morgana. That snare is in no way reliable. So flashing to try and hit it, a little bit risky, and it ended up not paying off for her. So that's gonna be a flash down for nothing. And now we see that Jinx has quite been healed up thanks to the Soraka, giving her a little bit of HP there and here and there. Or blue buff gonna go to the Orianna, and that's blue buffs are really good on Orianna. It allows her less cooldown so she can move her ball around, more mana regen, so that she doesn't have to worry about running out of mana in lane. And it's just all around one of the best blue buff carriers with Anivia, with Kassadin. Orianna's definitely up there with them. Maybe not as good as those two, but still very good to have blue buff on. I mean, Amumu's a good jungler with blue buff on, but I'd say Orianna needs it more in this situation, especially since looks like we can be killing the bot lane. No, it will not. Oh, but it looks like there's a bit of trouble going on here in the top lane as the dunk does come out. That's the second kill for Darius. The mid lane, though, the Scion's going to run right into the Orianna, and they're just going to stun her up for so long thanks to the gravitation field. But will they be able to get this? They're going to get slowed. They're going to get ulted, and that should be the kill. A juke dodge with the snare coming out from Jinx, and they're both really low, so she almost feels like she can fight this, but she's low on mana herself. Actually, I think she could have fought that. They're pretty much both out of mana. Morgana did not have enough for a dark, or she did have enough for a dark binding, actually. I thought that was more like 90 mana, but only 60 it turns out. In the top lane, Darius is going to be pushing down the sword. Now with a third kill under his belt, he's going to be 3-1-0. He's picked up a Phage, an interesting choice. I would probably go for more of a Brutalizer maybe. Just help cleave through Yasuo's no doubt already low armor. Only sitting at 51, that's a very low amount of armor. So Brutalizer would help him just cut right through it. But the Phage, definitely not a bad pickup. Early health, early damage, and it's a great item to then transition into maybe tankier items or even more damage. Looks like he might be going for straight up Trinity Force, which is an item I really like on Darius. I think it's great on him. More burst damage, more mobility. It just gives him a little bit of everything he wants, and it's fantastic on most champions. Although I wouldn't consider it a first item pickup. I'd rather have something along the lines of maybe Brutalizer into Tiamat and Ravenous Hydra for the early game. I mean, that's always really good. Oh, looks like the Yasuo's going to get found out here about the Scion. Can the Scion take him down? And they get one more soul with the red buff, and this will be a knock-up and stun. And no doubt the pull for Darius. There it goes, and that's a kill. Going to the Dunk Master top lane. Now 4-1-0. Yasuo's definitely not having a good time. This is why we normally see Yasuo mid, because he just gets destroyed in lane. And of course, the recent nerfs to Yasuo have not helped this situation at all in this lane. Less survivability in lane is really taking its toll on him against Darius. And I mean, at least he's staying up in CS. If there's one thing Yasuo's can do, it's stay up in CS, because their Q just makes it so easy to last hit. And once they get a little bit of crit, they're very reliable in getting those last hits. Oh, it looks like actually Darius is going to find a Amumu in the jungle. Will he decide to engage on this? Looks like he will. Popping down that slow, popping the Q. And one more auto attack should transition into a dunk. He's got the 5 stacks. Oh, the dunk's not going to go out. And that's unfortunate for Darius. And now he has to fight a Yasuo and Orianna. Nice knockup. And just into not Orianna ult actually. The shield going to come out. And it looks like he will be stunned by the Scion. The Scion's going to stop them from chasing in the bot lane. A lot of damage on the Corki. He should get exhausted, which means he will lose this fight. No matter how much the Orianna tried to help, but it looks like the Jinx might go down. No, a nice heal from Soraka, but the snare is going to land. And it's going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of red team. Scion's going to use his ult to run away. Now Victor has finally joined this fight, which has gone all the way from the enemy blue buff to there. Bush next to the Wraith camp. And that's going to end up being a 1-0 in favor of red team, surprisingly. Unfortunately, Darius did not get that early kill on the Amumu way back before in the fight. And they ended up getting chased all the way back to their base. And Victor was able to pick up a kill. Someone who wasn't even initially in the fight. So that's going to be great for Victor. He's got Texas Core Mark 2 now. Got some additional ability power, some mana. I do like how they changed his item. Makes it scale better into the late game. And, I mean, just all around a better choice now. It doesn't waste an item slot as some people used to think it did. Sorry if my voice doesn't sound that great. It's pretty much almost bedtime, and I usually sound like crap right before I go to bed. Darius not going to get the kill here. However, Mumu's jumped in. Did he really want to do that, though? Darius not going to have his apprehend for quite a while. He will be able to catch up and apply the slow. But here comes the Morgana doing to Darius what he does best, and that's get kited. I don't know if that came out right. I was trying to say that Darius gets kited all the time. It looks like Jinx, though, might have a bit of a problem here. Corky's going to do a lot of damage, but he's going to lose confidence in the chase. Back off. I think he might have been able to get that. I want to say he would be able to get that. And it looks like Darius indeed going for Trinity Force first. Going to give him huge single target damage potential. Also, some increased chances to take down turrets. So Trinity Force procs do a lot of damage to towers. With that ward coming out from Soraka, the red team has put some nice wards in the enemy team jungle. Dragon is still up. Either team could make a play at that. And it's just we're just going to have to see who decides to make a move on it first. Soraka doing a lot of warning. They're going to find their move, do a little bit of damage. Going to stop him from going back for now. And he will be starting to recall as the pressure bot lane just continues. And this Soraka continuing to be an annoyance. But Amumu will back off. One thing that Riot did do in the remake of the Soraka kit, quite a few patches, I want to say quite a few patches ago, yeah, is they did give her a lot more crowd control. Before she had none, now she's got a possible route, a slow on her Q, and it looks like, oh, we're going to see a bit of an engagement in your bot lane. Now she's just going to go a little faster. It seems that whenever Riot redoes the Champions kit, they like to add more crowd control. Maokai got more crowd control. The Soraka got more crowd control. They're pretty much doing it to champions that have like little to no good crowd control. And they're just buffing them up with some crowd control. Because that's what everyone needs. You know, everyone needs crowd control and percent max health damage. Looks like I do hear the Scion charge coming down. It's going to be coming down bot lane. The slow lands. The Scion lands. The knockups land aplenty. And Victor's going to be picking up that. Morgana and Corky's going to try to get himself out of there. Will he make it? That's the question. The slow not going to land. And I believe this will be the end of the chase. The shield's going to time out for Scion. And that is... Oh, the slow. I think that actually did land on Corky. It did, but they will not be pursuing that. Valkyrie only. 5 seconds left on the cooldown. Looks like Morgana getting all in by Victor. And Victor also getting all in by Morgana. I mean, by Orianna, if I said Morgana the first time. That was wrong. But the damage being traded in the mid lane, but neither of them will die. Darius going to find himself a Yasuo, and this should be a kill. Can he get away? That's the question. He will flash dunk, and that is going to be a rampage for the Darius. 5-1-0. Picking up that Trinity. He's got that Trinity Force done, so he just does an amazing amount of single target damage. QW auto attack is just huge burst right now against a squishy target, and Yasuo is a squishy target. Oh, it looks like the Amumu going to be a squishy target too, as he does end up going down. Did not burn his ultimate. You heard the sound go off, but the animation did not. And we are actually going to see the Scion solo kill the Orianna in the mid lane. Right now, the bot lane trying to get pushed here by red team. The exhaust will be traded, and oh well, no, actually the exhaust is just going out on the Jinx, and all of them will back out for now. But there are no exhausts actually picked up for the blue team. A couple heals, and ignite, smite, and teleport for them. Oh, it's a dangerous fight, y'all. So you're playing with fire. If he had grabbed you successfully, nah, you wouldn't be. You have minions to get to, so I guess you still would have been okay. Darius gonna dodge out on that knockup, not wanting to get caught there with the Yasuo ultimate. Interested to see what Darius goes next. Probably some armor pen. More so to prepare for late game. I mean, Brutalizer's still a good pickup. Most Dariuses tend to go for straight up damage rather than a kind of Trinity Force build. Mostly because Darius just does better with straight up damage than he does the Trinity Force procs. He doesn't have a great way to continuously proc the Trinity Force, as he usually spams all of his abilities at once except for his ultimate. Which, I mean, can take advantage of the Trinity Force if you're getting executions, that's true. But it costs a lot of mana, and Darius' mana pool not that great. The Sheet does help that up on Trinity Force, so like I said before, I do like the item on him. As a first buy, a little weird. He is 6-1 though, so I mean, if he wants to go for a little bit of an unorthodox item, sure. I mean, 6-1, just pick up a Trinity Force. It's the most expensive item in the game, but you're the most fed champion in the game, so why not? Got almost the most CS, sitting at 6 kills. Why not go for something expensive? Treat yourself. You know what, Darius? This one's on me. Take that Trinity Force and have yourself a nice one. Actually, it's on your wallet. Looks like Yasuo getting chased up the lane by the Darius. Of course, he's got the advantage of slip sliding through minions. Looks like Amumu's going to come and try to help. Oh, he's taking a ton of damage. Immediately decides this is a poor decision and gets good, hitting that boom button. Will Orianna end up going down the ult? No, it is very slow this far from Victor. Laser barely going to miss. Did not connect with its target. I just said something completely repetitive. However, that is going to be a miskill opportunity from Victor. Looks like Yasuo's managed to find his way mid lane somehow. Sion's going to be charging through the bot lane. Jinx taking a lot of damage, but here comes the Sion. He's going to land on top of the Corki. The first stun, second stun not going to go through as the Black Shield comes out. The ultimate coming out from Jinx, a nice dodge from the Corki. Will it be enough to keep him alive? The heal gonna keep him alive just at least a little longer, and the flash as well. Summoner spells coming out left and right, but here comes the devastatingly powerful Soraka. The bananas, will they be enough? The answer to that is maybe. Actually, no, the answer to that is no. As the team is no longer there to back up, we'll just burn her flash to escape. Corki got real close to dead there, which of course would have been unfortunate for him. Almost got killed by that Soraka. Those bananas, I thought they were gonna be enough. I believed for a moment, but weren't quite able to pick up the kill there. I really wanted them to, though. I wanted her to get the 2v1 kill. Alas, no. She has picked up a Negatron cloak. A very smart pickup. The enemy team's got 4 big sources of magic damage. Everyone but Yasuo dishes out that magic damage. Even Corki, early mid-game, he's all about that magic damage. Okay, I'm not going to transition to song there. Almost did. Very close. I almost always do on these casts when I say something. Set song like, but I choose not to this time. So that is going to be the score. 5-13, definitely in favor of red team, but the gold only about 3k different. The Ignite gonna go down, but Yasuo's gonna get out. He needed to apprehend, I believe, to get Yasuo. Once you're like 0.5 seconds away from getting back to base, you need to use crowd control, not damage, to bring them back. The Amumu, everyone gonna collapse on this Soraka, and she will end up going down. Looks like this Victor gonna do what he can to dish out a little bit of damage in return for his teammate's life, but last not able to get much. Right now, Amumu's still a very squishy champion. He cannot play these fights like he's a tank. He is incredibly squishy right now. Orianna gonna take it some damage there. Will survive with about 120 HP and be able to go back after that. Yasuo right now working on his Infinity Edge. Does have 138 farm, so despite the fact that he's dying, his build is still not that underdeveloped, but he does have the farm to back this up. Looks like the flash forward from Victor going to bring out some surprise damage with his Ignite and be able to pick one up. Now it's Morgana versus Victor. The ultimate will come out, but almost de-tether almost immediately. Morgana going to flash forward, looking for that snare. Gonna get it with the pool. That will be a kill for her. And it looks like Darius going to start pushing this lane. Like to see him use some Trinity Force box. There we go. Using that W first Trinity Force box, and he should be able to get this. Orianna's here. Looks like he's going to dedicate his life to this tower and then flash the wall to escape. And also, now since they were distracted by Darius, the bottom lane turret is also going to fall to Jinx, bringing red team's advantage even further in the lead to about 5k now. And looks like they feel confident after this tower destruction to go for the dragon. And with this, I believe they will get it. That actually misses the stationary dragon, so that happened. We don't have to talk about Jinx, but it definitely happened. Just need to get the last hit on that. Looks like we do see a Brutalizer coming out from the Sion. I normally from the jungle would prefer just to play him straight tank, but having that extra AD really does help, because a lot of times, especially later into the game, even so early as the mid game, you start to feel like you just don't have any damage as Sion, and it's hard to pick up kills and do things without your team helping you out. Because you've got crowd control, you've got good survivability skills, you've got some decent chase, but you really just don't have the damage to back it up. You're not a damaging tank like some would say Amumu is. If Nautilus keeps his shield up, he does a lot of damage. Sejuani's got some good damage. You don't really have that damage as Sion unless you build into it a little bit. And it looks like that's what he does decide to do, picking up that Brutalizer. It's going to be support v support, and more like actually support v Pink Ward, as Monrod does pick that one up. Blue team now knows the dragon has gone to the other side. Still 5k gold advantage for red team. The snare is going to land, but I don't think they'll really initiate onto this. Spell Shield going to help Corki feel safe going in a little bit there. And this could be the end of the Yasuo. The phase proxy being given to Darius. And I believe this is it. Flash coming out, but one apprehension be all it takes. There we go. He is going to dodge the knockup and will pick up the kill with the godlike streak. It's going to be another dunk for the Darius. And here comes the Sion charging down mid lane. What will he hit? The answer is absolutely nothing. Like, what more is good for? He's going to go and charge up that Q. Get a knockup on the Orianna, but here comes the Amu, and he's going to have a beautiful ultimate right here. Boom, with the Morgana. Morgana actually going back to detethering. I think that was the wrong decision. Red team Jinx actually going to be able to get a couple kills there, and she is still up and alive. Victor doesn't get taken down, but the damage is still here. And Red team's actually going to force blue team to disengage from that. That was almost a beautiful fight. Almost very good. Two things went wrong. One, they didn't have Darius. I mean, they didn't have Yasuo, which is really bad. Fighting a 4v5 is kind of fighting the fight without Yasuo when they're behind is not something they want to do, because he's a big portion of their damage right now. Then, okay, we're not going to talk about the Darius build right now. Next thing I want to say is Morgana kind of didn't dedicate with her ultimate. She got 3 in it. I think if she had dedicated a little bit harder, don't think she would have died before it had gone off and gotten the stun. That could have been really big for cleaning up some of those high priority targets like Jinx. And unfortunately, it didn't work out quite that way. That was a good Amumu ultimate. I think he probably should have, I don't know if his bandage toss was up or not, maybe bandage tossed into it and picked up like the ultimate earlier so he could catch more people in it. But I mean, each his own. Looks like Darius has got that Infinity Edge built up, and he's going to be able to get a kill right here. Amumu doing his white camp. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to watch this laner die. And this is a Phantom Dancer on Darius, and he's about to be the deadiest. Actually, no ultimate on Amumu, and since he did not land that bandage toss, they might not actually be able to catch him. Bandage toss is still gonna be down for a few seconds. All he needs to do is dodge this bandage toss that's coming up in 2 seconds, and he's home free. Can he do it? That he's juking, he's weaving and juking, and he will not get hit. More so because the Amumu didn't aim it right, but he was also putting the juke step in his step, so he's going to get away from that one. All right. Nice job by Darius. 9-1. I think he just went for Phantom Dance because, you know, at this point, who cares? He's got so much damage. It doesn't even matter. Wrong button. It doesn't even matter what he buys. It looks like a kill going down to the Corki in the bot lane, and there's a second kill as well for Corki. You know, Phantom Dancer not even a terrible item. He's already got some crit from Trinity Force, so you put a little bit more crit with that, and he does auto attack a lot. You gotta stack up those passive procs with auto attacks. Just get some crit on there, get some movement speed so you don't get kited, get some walking through minions, which is really good when you're trying to fight someone through minions. I mean, it's not the worst item in the world for him. Looks like Jinx can get initiated on the Venus is gonna go in the completely wrong direction. She will get a kill and run away though. A bit too aggressive there from Morgana. She thought the Yasuo could back her up, but this Yasuo's not having a good day. It doesn't even have an Infinity Edge complete 24 minutes into the game. Things are just not going right for him. Unfortunately for Jinx, things are about to go really wrong for her as she eats a missile to the face and goes down to the Corki. And what I was saying is Trinity Force is not the worst item. I'm not advocating for it. You shouldn't build Trinity Force on Darius, but it does have its merits. The movement speed helps him not get kited. Plus he's already got Murchos, so the tenacity's there. And I might say you could argue Zephyr's better, sure, but I mean he's already got the tenacity from the Murchos. Look at him crit. Look at these. Doesn't even need the ultimate. Doesn't even need to dunk. He's got crits for days. Now this Corki's gonna know the true meaning of fear as his heal's not able to keep him alive thanks to the Morello Nomicon. No, not Morello. He doesn't have a Morello Nomicon. I think he got an Ignite dropped on him. He did, which means the heal is not gonna be able to save him from that one. And we're gonna be picking up his Wraith camp, but things ain't looking good for blue team right now. 37k to 42k. I mean, they still have a chance. Darius built Phantom Dancer and then Brutalizer. He is not tanking. This is full ham Darius. He is a 1v1 monster. With that build, he can solo kill anyone on the enemy team who can't kite him. And with Merc Treads, with Phantom Dancer, no one on the enemy team can kite him. Maybe before Corki could have, or like Orianna could have kited him. But at this point, it's just not going to happen. That war from the Sion going to be a little bit early. And there's the knockup coming out. Doing a fair amount of damage, but not too much, that's for sure. Still a little bit lacking damage on that Sion. Look at this. Darius is fast, and he means business right now, that's for sure. Gonna get the grab first. I think that grab was, you know, a bit preemptive. Will get the dunk out and pick up the kill. Get that level up. Gonna give him enough HP to survive. And that is... Actually, he might have survived without the level up, but we're just going to give that credit to the level up. 11-1 Darius. If he goes down, he's going to be giving a lot of golden EXP to the enemy team. But this isn't Dota 2, where they normally get like 1,000 gold if you have this big of a kill streak. Those bounty kills from Dota 2 are insane. I've been playing a bit more of that recently, and it's crazy shit. League of Legends like 500 cap, you're good. Dota 2 is like, hey, that's 1,300 gold for a kill, no problem. Here you go, just pocket that. He had 10 kills, just take all of his money. You know what? Take all of this experience too. 2 levels, you've earned it. Have some stats. It's a lot more generous with comeback to this game, I'd say. At least nowadays. Perhaps not before the last patch, but nowadays. Red team grouping up for the dragon. Looks like they want to pick this one up for themselves, getting a little bit more global gold, securing their lead in this game. And this game's not the normal high elo stuff I've learned. It could still go either way. Rank queues are down. I can't pull from those as a source of games, so I have to pull from what I got. And this is what I got, an amalgamation of draft normal games. Or ARAMs, but no one wants to see ARAMs. These aren't in any way competitive. No one cares. Looks like we are going to have the aggression coming out from Soraka and Jinx. They won't be able to catch her, though. And now looks like Red team maybe waiting for a push to Darius. He's got the bush life going top lane. We got to go. I'm going to ping right there for some reason. Darius, he's got the bush life. He farms the wave, goes back to his bush. This is dedication to dunk right here. But it looks like his team is about to get dedicated to initiated on. Or dedication to initiated. I'm not going any further with that line of thought. Darius is actually been doing the push here. You know, so for reasons that are probably good, going to be real scared of this Darius. That attack. They need to fix that attack. Okay, I'm going back to the fight over here. Bot lane, Morgana taking a bunch of damage. One more spell will beat her too. Peanut's not going to connect, and it looks like the damage coming out onto Darius. Will he lose to the 3v1? That's the question. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Victor picks up a kill on Morgana. The team is going to push mid lane. Up top, the slippity slide Yasuo are going to pick up a kill. Turret going to be taking a lot of damage mid lane, but the backdoor protection is activated, so they aren't doing nearly as much as they would like, as that turret does have just a ton of armor at 230 thanks to the backdoor protection. Yeah, also going to be pushing up this top lane. Now Darius is dead. By the way, what level is Darius? He is just level 17. That is insane. Got 2 levels on at least 2 levels on everyone else in the game. Except for Yasuo. Yasuo's actually level 16. Probably got a lot of experience from killing Darius. And he will start hammering away at those top lane towers. So, despite the fact that Darius had the early advantage in that field, Yasuo making a comeback here to get towers down. Inhibitor turret going to be regenerating slowly down here, couple health by couple health. And looks like the damage coming out over here. The Orianna ult, I believe that missed everything that it could have possibly missed. But the mid lane turret will still go down for blue team, and they are holding on to this game for sure. If Darius does stupid things and his team doesn't capitalize on him drawing attention away from the enemy team, then he's going to be in a bad situation. Looks like this is crit Darius too. We are just getting the crit Darius build today, guys. Youmuu's Man Dancer Trinity Force. I think that's around like 60 crit chance. 15, 30, that's 45. Plus 10, 55 crit chance. So, I mean, nothing to be waggle a finger at. His auto attacks are going to hurt a lot. And he's going to be fast and deal damage fast, but that's not going to stop him from getting initiated on and destroyed. Actually, a Mumu going to get destroyed here. Not even going to get an ultimate off, which is incredibly unfortunate for him. And if he didn't even have the ultimate off cooldown, Corki going to get blown up as well. And now it looks like Red Team's got the advantage here. Darius did take a lot of damage, but maybe they can pick up a Baron buff here. There's no jungle on enemy team. Orianna ult still on cooldown. Morgana ult's up. We're just going to see how this one continues to go. The team fights from Red Team not actually the best. If their Darius wasn't so far ahead, I would say team fighting might not be the right decision because there's just so much potential for burst damage on the enemy team in team fights. But it looks like with 2 people down this silence, I'm more than happy to start attacking them from the spot next to this turret. And they're just going to push down the pressure. Oh, huge burst damage being laid down from Victor Ultimate. Plus the damage from the rest of his team. And Darius deciding once again that his team is just too new for him. He's going to start pushing that bot lane with his crit and attacking. He attacks so fast. Riot kind of needs to fix this animation for Darius with this skin. It just looks so bad, I think. I mean, the mid lane trying to go down for the inhibitor. Mumu popping his ultimate, catching a few, but still getting hammered away from the rest of red team. Nice Yasuo knockup, getting a pick up a couple, and they are actually able to clean this one up thanks to their crowd control and Yasuo coming in at the end with Infinity Edge and lots of damage. Looks like Darius gonna try to come in here, but we'll get nothing except for killed. And that was just really dumb for Darius to go in. He's got no tanky stats at all except for a little bit of magic resist. And that's simply not good enough. Kind of threw his life away there, no doubt about it. They did get the inhibitor turret, so that is very good. But it looks like Yasuo's going to do his best to split push right now. And there are going to be a lot of turrets being taken low by the Yasuo, no doubt. He will be able to cut up this mid one. Probably won't take it. Sion up in 2, Jinx up in 5. Oh, he might actually be able to take it. Sion's going to need to pop his ultimate to stop him. Looks like he will not. And this is going to be a turret for the... Oh, come on. Yasuo, dedicate yourself. Oh, come on. Would have totally been worth it for that turret. I think about it. Maybe. Maybe not. I mean, debatable. You could argue that it wouldn't be. I guess it probably wouldn't be slow. Wouldn't have been worth it. Because then maybe they could just push down maybe on the inhibitor without Yasuo up. They could have taken Baron. So probably best they just... Oh, it's not even going to matter if he gets caught right here. Oh, he is going to get caught right here. Rip. Oh, so much rip. Ripperoni and pepperoni. And Yasuo just going down. They almost missed it. They almost turned around and were like, nah, we cleared this place out. It's all good. But got found out in the end. And I guess he should have dedicated his life to that turret in the end. Who cares about being safe? You're just going to die anyways afterwards. And that's going to be a Baron. And Darius can activate his Youmuu's. But still, I mean, if you're Darius, you're going to get kited. That's all you got. It's just going to happen. Jinx has picked up 3 big ADC items. The traditional ones. Corki as well. He did not pick up an Infinity Edge. Nice slow is going to be dropped out from the Sion ult as he will charge immediately onto the Morgana. This is going to stop Morgana from joining this fight too. And without the Morgana ult, they really don't have much in the way to fight the enemy team. They've only got 2 of the big 3 crowd control ultimates up for them, and it's just simply not enough to fight a Baron up red team. With the Morgana ult, maybe they could have helped turn that, but they didn't have their Yasuo. They didn't have the rest of the team. They should have just pulled back when they saw the team doing Baron. They didn't have Yasuo. There's no point to run over there and die, and unfortunately, it's kind of what they did. They got killed on their way back to their base. That is going to be an inhibitor for the red team as Darius still not grouping with the team, so that would be simply uncool for him. Is going to pick up a turret down here as well, dedicating his life to that one. Sion coming down, knocking up the Yasuo. He's going to knock up the rest of the team, though. Will be able to take anyone out? That is the question. Wreaking havoc, but in the end, not getting anything from the red team as they pick up 2 for their troubles. And looks like they're going to pick up a second inhibitor as well, as long as they're in the baseline. Looks like Darius has decided to pick up some resistance and now got that Warren's Mill, going to help him tank some damage from Yasuo and the turrets. And that's going to be that for the red team as they now pull back from their victorious fights, taking 2 inhibitors, getting Baron as well as some kills to add to buffer their scores a little bit. I mean, got to get those kill buffers. I mean, how will people know you completely stomped the enemy team if you ain't 12-3 with the Phantom Dancer? That is such a weird build. It's not even any good. It doesn't stop him from getting kited. All it does is give him some crit, which you can do the same thing with like a... You can have just as good solo potential if you've got a fucking Ravenous Hydra. Phantom Dancer without Infinity Edge is like getting half your money's worth for the Phantom Dancer, I feel like. It's not terrible, but Infinity Edge is such a huge part of buying crit. I feel like if he was going to get a Phantom Dancer, his next item should have just been an Infinity Edge anyways. Just go full, pretty much what Corki's build should be. Except for maybe not Bloodthirster. I'd rather see a Bork in that position or an Infinity Edge in that position. Maybe a Bork because he's against Sion. He's got to have something to cut through that big front line. Looks like Oriana's about to get herself cut through. The slow coming up from Sion. The knockup barely going to connect at the end of it. And he will pick up the kill. Some nice damage coming up from Sion. And with her dead, and Yasuo dead. And Luma's going to burn his ult, but all he's going to succeed in doing is also burning his own life force to the enemy team. Double kill coming out from Victor. And this should be the end of the game. I don't see them coming back from this. Triple kill for Victor now. And Darius is going to be pushing out the last open inhibitor. But I think it's kind of a waste. Nice pull, going to connect even without the Valkyrie. Even with the Valkyrie, he's going to go down, but the kill will be going to Soraka. And that is going to be the end of the game. They get an ace, push down these Nexus turrets, and then on to the Nexus. Thank you guys for watching. If I sound a little bit different in this video, hopefully I can fix that for the next video. just a couple things that I couldn't really change before making this recording anyways. Once again, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the 1080p, the 60 FPS, and perhaps a slightly wonky casting. I'll see you guys next time.